be honest, boxing's never seen nothing like this in the history of boxing. Since it began 250 years ago, it's never seen anything like this. I believe this is going to be great for boxing. I believe we're going to win.
He's going to have, after the fight is over, then so be it. I'm already in a no-win situation anyway. To me, it's a win-win. But I'm in a no-win because if I knock him out fast in the first round, they're going to be like, oh man, this wasn't worth it. If I let it go a few rounds and drag it out, they're going to be like, oh man.
I've always been in the gym training. And I'm boxing professional fighters. I'm just, activity is great. I had 15 fights in 1 year when I was younger. And I think activity is great, but I'm prepared. I'm just ready to go.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson come face-to-face trading heated words as the tension grows between the two boxing legends.
Didn't even bring that shit up no more.
No, they should bring it up.
Okay.
They should see the difference from there to now.
Gotcha.
Me at my worst, to me at the biggest event in the history of events right now. There's never been any bigger than this. So what they have to say about that?
What does that say about you if you lose?
Well, I'm not gonna lose. So I can't even fathom losing. I can't even imagine it. I think he thinks this is gonna be a very easy night. It's not gonna be an easy night.
Mayweather stays calm and confident during the intense face-off, looking composed and ready to prove he still has the skill and determination.
On cruise control, go out there, have some fun, and do what I do best. And that's beat Floyd Mayweather.
Tyson says he is fully prepared for the challenge, training harder than ever and feeling sharp and confident that he is ready for the moment.
The fighter's waiting for his money. By the time he gets his money, everybody else took their percentage out already. So you don't know who's who. You get what they give you.
You look good. How you feeling physically?
Incredible.
You've been training?
Listen, I was wearing an extra large. It looks like I'm wearing large.
Trainer Rafael Cordero says Tyson is in better condition and looks sharper now than he did during his exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr.
Perfect time, we were perfect place now. Where's Mike? Put everything together. So mentally, physically, we're excited, man. Excited. If the fight was next Saturday, you will be ready for it. We talk about Roy was 4 years ago. Today, Mike is much better than he was when he fought.
Tyson looks focused in camp, sparring at full strength, pushing his limits, and preparing with full intensity for the fight ahead.
Round one. Oh, feel. Cut the ring. Exactly. Cut the ring. Exactly.
Jeff Mayweather says Floyd has always been comfortable playing the villain and believes a fight with Tyson would test his legacy while highlighting his confidence and ability.
Why? It's easy because Floyd always was the bad guy. Once again, he's gonna be the bad guy. And I think that if there's any way to try to remove his O, it may happen.
Meanwhile, Tony Jeff claims Floyd's comeback is driven by pride, as he does not want to be overshadowed, especially after Tyson's recent bout with Jake Paul.
We've got to make as much money as we can while we can, and then get out of the sport. But with these two, they're multi-millionaires. And I want to get into the tail of the tape and talk about exactly the records and all of that stuff with it. But first, I just want to say, I believe that these are doing this for different things. Mike Tyson is doing it purely for the money. Purely for the money. Floyd is doing it for the money as well, but also, I believe Floyd's doing it for that limelight. You've seen the numbers that Mike Tyson, Jake Paul got, and I think this is the most viewed fight of all time, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. I might be wrong in saying that, but I'm sure it was. was hosted on Netflix. And Floyd's been one in the past with his ego that he wants to just, be in that limelight all the time. And when you're not in the limelight all the time, you want to have...
Mayweather is working hard in training, moving with great speed and agility, looking fresh, while showing the sharpness that defined his prime years.
Hook right here. Right hand hook. Again. Hook right hand. Slide and drop. Punch it, wait till help you go. Drop. Walk it. Pitch it. 6. Punch it. Pitch it. Watch it. I step back like I have my distance. That's why I step back. See, I have my distance. Fighters don't know their distance. You gotta know your distance.
He attacks the heavy bag with power and accuracy, displaying his quick hands, clean technique, and strong focus.
Pitch it.
Analyst Henry questions the direction of boxing as legends return for exhibition fights. He notes that Manny Pacquiao is also preparing for another bout, and believes many of these matchups are driven more by money than true competition. He says the situation feels unusual, especially after the debate that followed Tyson's recent return.
Mayweather's taking on Mike Tyson of all people. That's the most money-motivated thing I've ever heard. It's utterly bizarre. And I don't want to see Mike Tyson anywhere near the ring again, especially after that Jake Paul fiasco. This whole thing's incredibly weird. I don't like it. I'm a proper boxing fan, and these fights, to me, this OAP stuff they've got going on when they bring back these old fighters for one more go at each other, it's just not something that I particularly enjoy. Now look, it's going to be on Netflix. It's probably going to be a massive event. I'm probably going to end up covering it because they are two former champions of note, and it is going to go on their professional records. But if you thought the first fight wasn't particularly entertaining, I can't imagine this one's going to be much better. The one thing I will say is that I believe Pacquiao's in better condition than I realized after the effort he put in against Mario Bell.
Adola also raises concerns about the reported Mayweather-Tyson event in Congo, questioning whether the fight is truly confirmed or losing momentum. The early announcement for a September date revealed months in advance seems unusual compared to the normal promotion timeline, suggesting either a major global plan or uncertainty behind the scenes. He also points to the role of Netflix in creating large-scale spectacle events.
Has not had a proper fight in such a long time, which you could argue means he won't be as sharp in the ring. But then on the other hand, Pacquiao's had way more fights than Mayweather has, so you could argue he's got less left in the tank. It's difficult to figure out what it means for either guy, and we don't really know which way it's going to go. But I guess, if I'm being really honest, as much as I don't love it, there's always going to be a little bit of intrigue there. Kind of don't like myself for it, but I'm just being honest with you guys. And I think if we want to have a real conversation about what this fight represents, is a continued frustration around the truth about the first fight, which was that it came too late, and it turned into more and more of a cash grab. This fight embodies that to a whole new level. Even for the broadcaster Netflix, I don't believe they're truly invested in the sport of boxing. They'll take one-off big events that get them more subscribers, that increase their revenue, that increase their subscription base, but they don't really care about the sport. If they did, they'd be putting on a lot more events than just these mega fights that involve, influencers and fighters that are well past them.
With crossover fights and the huge attention generated by Jake Paul shows the platform is clearly targeting mass audiences. Aid admits the strategy works, even if it feels unpredictable. He remains a strong admirer of Mayweather, saying his passion for boxing returned. Because of Floyd's brilliance, he sees Mayweather as a rare figure who mastered both promotion and ring intelligence, similar to Conor McGregor.
We'll also talk about Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson in the Congo. Is that now scrapped? Why are they announcing this several months before the event? I mean, is it a massive build-up? I mean, when you think about it, most fights are announced 3 months, 4 before an event. This one, September. We are in February, people. Like, what is going on? I mean, what are Netflix doing? Netflix are kind of, obviously, they're picking up and putting on really random stuff. Like Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. If you are an MMA fan, that fight was supposed to happen way more than a decade ago. Way more than a decade ago. They're doing it now. Will it get big numbers? I guess it kind of will. They've obviously done the Jake Paul stuff. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul versus AJ. They done massive numbers. Crawford Canelo, a serious fight, and then they're doing...
Wade Plemons shares his honest view on Floyd's return, saying it highlights the ongoing debate between protecting legacy and chasing financial rewards. He believes some longtime fans feel uneasy seeing a legend fight again if the motivation appears to be business rather than passion.
Massive, massive Floyd fan. Like, my journey into boxing, obviously when I was young, it was very much Mike Tyson, but then it went and became a UK thing. The ITV days of, I don't know, Ben Eubank, etc., Michael Watson, and then eventually Joe Calzaghe, Prince Nassim, etc., etc. My reason for going back and watching American boxing is solely down to Floyd. Like, I was obsessed with everything Floyd Mayweather did. I thought he was a genius when it comes to marketing and a genius in the ring. Like, it's very rare that the two go together, which is why I think everyone kind of fell in love with Conor McGregor, right? Because Conor McGregor was a genius outside the ring in terms of how to sell a fight. And in the octagon, he actually proved that he can fight as well. Floyd, obviously on a completely different level, but you know what I mean? Very similar. Someone that talks the talk and walks the walk. And Floyd most certainly did.
Despite rumors about financial problems, Plemons strongly rejects any claim that Floyd is in trouble, saying the debt stories are exaggerated. However, he admits the event offers major financial benefits, and sees the decision as a smart move that balances competitive drive with career management while giving fans a major show.
Mayweather had financial troubles because of the money he owed to the IRS, because of the terrible, terrible business and real estate investments that he's made, and apparently some of these have gone under, and he is owed back rent, or he is owing back rent, and he is delinquent on a lot of payments for a lot of different things right now. These things seem to have added up for Floyd, and now it's pretty apparent that not only is he doing these, bank robbery style exhibitions, but it looks like he absolutely needs to do it, which is very, very sad. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Floyd Mayweather as an individual outside of the ring, but I never want to see athletes have their money mismanaged or mismanage their own money so badly that they go broke in retirement, and it looks like that's kind of what's happening. And here's a snippet from Business Insider because it made me want to pay for the entire article.
Ariel Helwani questions whether the fight is necessary, arguing that bringing older fighters back may create more risk than value. He believes the matchup feels more like entertainment than true competition, and warns that age affects speed reaction and endurance. He says the priority should always be the fighter's health and long-term well-being.
He strongly denies any kind of financial distress, but the headlines aren't slowing it down. $54 million alleged dollars in debt. So it makes sense why they would want to do this, and it's strictly for money. Let's be honest. This is a clear money grab, but this is going to be a terrible fight. This is not going to be a fight that anyone outside of watching Mike Tyson walk to the ring and the idea that maybe he'll knock out the little guy in Floyd that Tyson for a long time didn't like. For a long time called Floyd a small little angry man or a small little scared man because he couldn't walk his kids to school by himself, mainly because Floyd had, he kind of disrespected Muhammad Ali, who was Mike Tyson's favorite fighter and one that he would never put himself above. But Mike's 60 years old. And if there was a time for Mike to get him and knock him out or whatever, it never would have happened because they were in completely different weight classes and XYZ. If you wanted to settle it outside of boxing, that's one thing, but now they're stepping into this exhibition. There's not going to be any weight classes.
Johnny Nelson offers a different perspective, noting that Mayweather still shows impressive speed accuracy and control in training. He also reminds fans that returns are often influenced by real-life factors such as finances, family, and staying relevant. He believes these veterans still have the skill, experience, and preparation to perform at a high level.